Thank you so much. Let me really start by expressing my deep gratitude to our leadership from EXCO. Really, CAF and African football should be so proud of each and every one of the EXCO members who are here today. And I really want to say how proud I am listening to some of the comments and some of the advice that was made in the meeting, because I was yesterday in Brussels during the UEFA Congress, and I usually go there to see how are we comparing as Africa with the best in the world, and UEFA is indeed the most successful by many standards. And listening today to the views, the guidance and advice, we can be proud. The quality of people we have who lead African football are world class. And of course, we've got our brand new president of CECAFA, who's from Eritrea. Very, very proud. And I want to express my deep gratitude to our vice presidents. Thank you so much for your leadership, and thank you for your guidance, and thank you for advice, and thank my brother Wallace, our brother Wallace Karia, for hosting us, and our brothers, the president of Kenya football, very well, and our vice president from Uganda. Thank you so much. It's important that I specifically wanted the first meeting after the Afcon to be here in Tanzania, and just to re-emphasize what I said in Morocco, which is that the Afcon next year in Kenya, in Tanzania, in Uganda is going to be enormously successful, enormously successful. And I saw, as I said, over the last few days, I see lots of media speculation, whether it's social media or even, I'm told, in the Guardian, the Guardian newspaper, in London, one of the most respected newspapers in the world, that there was an allegation that I am here to tell Tanzania and Kenya and Uganda that I'm taking away the Afcon because our three countries are not going to be ready. That's totally unfounded. You know, sometimes, you know, I say certain things and the media just either say something totally opposite, or like in this context, that I am enormously confident that we will succeed. Will there be challenges? There are always challenges. I had a big challenge in Cameroon. Soon after I became president, I was told by the people whose views I respect that Cameroon is not ready. You have to take it away. And they gave me recommended a number of countries which were ready because they had the infrastructure. But we have to believe in ourselves as Africans. We have to believe in our people and recognize that there'll be challenges, but like we did in Tanzania, I remember like we did in Cameroon. Cameroon was a huge success. And when we went to Côte d'Ivoire, the president of Côte d'Ivoire is here, same problem. Lots of media saying Côte d'Ivoire will never be ready and we should take it away. But as I said, that principle that has made us in African football to succeed is because I was very clear, CAF was very clear, African football was very clear, that we're going to work together despite any challenges. And Afcon next year in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda is going to be enormously successful. One of the reasons why I was insisting that the CHAN takes place in our three countries, even though recognized. We were all working very hard to be ready last year in February. But when it was clear to me that we were not ready, I was also clear in my mind that that we would all work together and have a CHAN last year, August, which was the most successful CHAN. Just one final point I want to say so that I can close this. I was at the World Economic Forum in Davos, and I've been going to these big meetings with some of the most prominent businessmen and heads of state, and there's always a huge obligation on us from Africa, as well as a huge commitment by all of us to make sure that we show our people that we can host an Afcon, we can host a football competition like the best in the world. We've just had the most successful Afcon in the history of this competition in Morocco. We had an enormously successful Afcon in Côte d'Ivoire. We had a successful Afcon in Cameroon. But we also have to send a message to all of our people on the continent that that we believe in our capacity to succeed. We believe in our capacity to be as good as the best in the world, because we have the skills, and also we have the self-belief and the integrity. And that's why I really hope I will not hear this. I hope nobody will ask me that question as well, whether the Afcon is going to be taken away, or whether it's going to be in Kenya, Tanzania. You can ask me whatever question you want. If you want to ask me, go ahead and ask me. But I'm just emphasizing that I have a huge amount of confidence, and I'm going to work very hard, and we are all going to work. The EXCO is going to work hard. My vice presidents are going to work hard. I'm so proud of Wallace, the president of football in Tanzania. I'm so proud of Mohammed, the president of football in Kenya, and I'm proud of my vice president, our vice president in Uganda. I'm proud of Magogo. And let me repeat, there will be information in the media over the next few months that this stadium is not ready, this pitch is not ready, the grass is not ready, there are not enough hotels, and we'll fix those challenges. We're going to have a celebration. And I was very proud, and I can say it as the president of the 54 football nations in Africa. I was so proud, Wallace, of how Tanzania played. Wallace? Yes. Yeah, I want to see you, Wallace. You are hiding somewhere, I don't know.
No.
Yeah. I go forward, you go backwards, I go backwards, you go forward. I was so proud of how Tanzania played in Morocco. Very, very proud. I was so proud of how Uganda played. And in my head, Mohammed, I was also proud of how Kenya would have played. And we are going to use this competition to identify the best talent amongst our young boys and girls. And East Africa is going to be a powerhouse of the best football on the continent, as much as West Africa, Kurt, is a powerhouse. North Africa is a powerhouse. Southern Africa is a power. So let's put that aside. And I really want to thank President Samia, Madam President Samia. Please pass our deep gratitude to her for her commitment and for her support. And it's that sort of confidence and commitment, Wallace, by Madam President and by the government and the people of Tanzania, that gives me a huge amount of confidence that we are going to succeed. And do the same. President Ruto was sending a beautiful uh, selfie around or a video of the beautiful stadiums, please pass our regards and say that we are thankful for his support and the people of Kenya. And my brother, please, President Museveni, the same, and the government of Uganda and the people of Uganda. Now, I have to go and talk about Morocco. And the first thing I want to do about Morocco, the huge love and the passion we have for football. 180 countries, Lux, 180 countries were watching the Afcon on television. It's exciting. Remember, we've got 54 countries in Africa. So 126 countries from outside Africa are saying that African football is enormously attractive and they're keen to watch it. So we'll release those numbers later, but we are enormously proud and enormously excited about the extreme and immense success. Two other issues. I had said to you in Morocco that CAF, our objective is to have an Afcon or the equivalent of an Afcon every year. Not every 2 years, every year. And the Afcon as we know it now, we want to increase it to 28 countries. And as we said, that will take place once every 4 years. But remember, the Afcon as it is currently constituted is an important part that we want to maintain, at least under the name of the Africa Nations League, have that coming together every 2 years. So every year there will be, we also want to build this regional or zonal competition, because you know, when you've got Tanzania play Uganda or Tanzania play Kenya, or where you've got Cote d'Ivoire playing Senegal, or Nigeria playing Ghana, or Mozambique playing South Africa. We want to build football at grassroots level, but also one of the important objectives of the African Nations League is to contribute to the development and growth and investment in football infrastructure in every single one of our 54 nations. Why this African Nations League was also critical is there are still, the number is about 12 or 13. It has come down from 22 nations, and it varies, that don't play football in their countries. You cannot build football if the spectators and the fans cannot watch their national team, their football clubs play in their country. So we are confident that this African Nations League will contribute enormously to the improvement in the stadiums, because every nation has to play, every single one, not the 24 nations. Every year, 54 nations have to play. And I was saying to Wallace, you know, last year when they had the Confederations Cup, and I gave instructions as the president of CAF that we wanted the Confederations Cup final to be played in Dar es Salaam. Now, you know, people say other things and which are factually incorrect. We gave an instruction. But when the feedback was that Dar es Salaam did not meet the Mkapa Stadium, did not meet the requirements, I said, fix it. Because we want full stadiums. I don't want Simba to be playing in Zanzibar. I love Zanzibar. But I want a full stadium in Mkapa. I want Yanga. Where's Yanga? They must play in front of a full stadium here at Mkapa. I love Zanzibar, but it hasn't got the same capacity. It'll get there over time. So, you know, we do understand that at times people will make statements which are contrary to the clear instructions. And so that's why we came today. When I leave here, I'll be going to the Wallace. Wallace is listening in Swahili to my translation. When I leave here, I'll be going to the stadium. When CAF started the African Football League, we insisted that the opening match must be here in Tanzania. It was all of the top countries, all of the top football clubs. But we told Gianni Infantino, we're going to get into the plane and go to Benjamin Mkapa Stadium in Dar es Salaam. Because this country has got exceptional talent. So I'm going there now to go and see the beautiful work, the improvement of the infrastructure and the stadium in preparation for next year. We don't have time. We don't have time. But I'm excited about the passion and the commitment of Madam President. I'm excited about the passion and commitment of President Ruto and President Museveni. So we will be enormously successful next year. Have I forgotten anything? You okay? Have I forgotten anything? All right. So let me just see quickly here, because they always say, President, there's something else you should have said. I don't know what it is. And maybe some of them will come. So we have to believe in ourselves, in our people as Africans. And when I say believe, I'm talking about believing that we can host and we will host an extremely successful Afcon in our three countries. You know what? We took the wrong, you took the wrong document. I don't know, you left the right one elsewhere, but it's fine. Let me see. No, it's okay. All right, so if there are any questions, we will answer those questions. If you just say who you are, tell us which media you come from, and you can join us if you want to go and visit Benjamin Cup. We will be announcing in due course the date of when the competition will start. It's going to be next year, June, July, so we'll tell you specifically what date. And I was saying to Wallace, of course there's a draw, but in a legal, ethical, moral sense, I don't want, we have to do in Africa what is done all over the world. I can't have Tanzania playing Brazil in the opening match of the Afcon. Wallace, yeah, I want you to play against Indonesia or something. A country who's, I love Indonesia, but we've got to look and see that we don't interfere. We need full stadiums. And I can tell you, you should be proud of the way the opening match is going to be here. Isn't that correct? Or you don't? Oh, okay, they say they're still talking. Okay, you're still talking. Wallace, I was saying the opening match is going to be here in Tanzania. They say, oh, President, wait a bit. It could be in Kenya, it could be in Uganda. We'll be guided by you guys. But it's going to be, it's a moment of pride for our people in Tanzania. Enormous pride. The world, I mean, I was saying to Wallace, one of the top businessmen said to me in America, I'm coming with my family to watch football in Tanzania, and then we'll also be going to visit the Serengeti. So we'll be coming, and we've got, and the same I was saying to President Ruto, Mohammed, same, there are hundreds of thousands of people who will be coming for the football. I mean, the numbers I got from Morocco was millions, eh? Yeah. The numbers that were released for people who came, the tourists, for the Afcon in Morocco, it was... Oh, it's just like, look at them. The Afcon is, oof, I can't even pronounce it. It has contributed over 11 billion, that's what the minister said. 11 billion American dollars. Wow. Okay, if I remember anything. So tell us who you are, short questions so that we can answer as many questions.
I had 3 questions, but one of these 3 questions, one of it was for Mr. Mosenga, but I don't see him around, but I think you will answer it, Mr. President. Okay, my first question is...
If it's an easy one, I'll answer it for you.
Okay, yes, yes.
If it's a difficult one, I'll throw it back and say...
I hope you will answer it.
Yeah.
Mr. President, how can we have an Afcon that the country concerned can afford to host instead of this Afcon which has 24 teams? The construction of infrastructure is becoming so large that many countries can't afford it, while the developing countries like Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda, we know now they are thinking maybe about the other social services and something like that. So we have many examples of the past Afcon, even the stadium usually have now turned into livestock farms. Like I went in Gabon, and sometimes I went in Cameroon. The stadium like Olembe is very worse now. So how can we have a good one? The second question is, how is CAF planning for the next Pamoja Afcon, considering that East African countries have political problems, especially during election? And I have to remind you, Mr. President, that Kenya is expecting to hold its own election next year when the Afcon will take place in East Africa. And the third one...
Are you from Kenya?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Why are CAF audited account not published like they did years ago? You have talked about the progress, and that is something good, but don't you think that financial progress is something that should be shared with football stakeholders openly? And the last one, as I said, that it was special for Mr. Mosenga, but I think you will help us to know that your Secretary General, Veron, has reached the retirement age. Is he going to step down, or CAF will assume this?
That's why I asked you whether that was your company, because I want to employ you.
Oh, I'm ready. Thank you.
I want to employ you. Let me tell you, thank you so much. And so, thank you for those good questions. Number one, the financial statements of CAF are in the public domain. They are available. It's a public document, so you can get hold of it wherever you want. It's on the website, so it's there. Yeah, it's good. Because we have a duty to you and to hundreds of millions of football lovers to know exactly how we are performing. You know, are there improvements? Where's there room to do benefit? To do better. And then you're 100% right. We almost had a similar problem. I don't want to mention countries, but where there were huge amounts of money was spent on stadiums, and there was no maintenance of those stadiums or even utilization. So that's why we don't want one country to overextend itself. I mean, look at Pamoja, 3 countries. So not one of them has to build all of those stadiums on its own. Samson, for Afcon we need about what? 6 full-time stadiums, world-class stadiums, and then training pitches, 24. So we need 24 world-class places for the teams to train and exercise and warm up, and then you need 6 stadiums worldwide. So Kenya doesn't need to do that. Uganda doesn't need to do that, neither Tanzania. But the beauty is, I mean, you know, for these 3 countries to come together, as exciting and as, you know, inspiring it is from a football perspective, it's also about our people. Jobs are being created. They are trading together. Investments are taking place amongst our 3 nations. Our people, because sometimes these borders are artificial. You know, we are the same people on the same side of the river, but that river separates us. And it's part of our commitment to an Africa where all of us work together with our neighbors for football development, but also for jobs, for investment, for tourism, and for improving the living conditions of our people. So those stadiums, I mean, Yanga will be using all of those stadiums. Is that correct, my chairman? You're building a new stadium. You see, I don't know which team. You like Simba or you like Yanga? No, you don't like. And all the others. And so those infrastructure will be used by our football clubs, by our national teams, because also we're having more competitions coming now, more CAF competitions, more national team competitions. There's going to be a national team competition every year. So the quality of African players will be world class. So when we compete in the World Cup, we will do even better because we are being kept at the highest level. So so those facilities, those stadiums will be utilized, will be maintained, and will be there for posterity. And yeah, you said there's the elections in Kenya. When are the Kenya elections? It's August, eh? Yeah, we will be finished by then. Eh? Yeah, you will know by then how wonderful you will have performed. Okay, next question quickly. Let's go.